gozaimasu. I'm Chris.
And I'm Witchley.
And welcome to
We
the
Simpin.
special episode. Don't have Miki this one. Again, internet woes.
Internet woes.
Fuck CenturyLink.
Yes.
But we're here for a special episode for the Anime Awards. Feels weird, and it's not feels weird, but we've been doing this for over a year now.
That's crazy.
This was the second episode that we did Anime Awards last year.
Wow.
And now we are back with the 10th anniversary of the Anime Awards. You and I have watched quite a bit of anime in 2025 into 2026. So we're gonna vote.
Yes, let's vote.
You and I are gonna we're gonna vote. We're gonna talk. We're gonna decide which one should win.
Yes.
We're also gonna predict what's probably going to win at the same time. So let's get into it. And I don't want to go from the top. I want to start. Ready to resubmit. What do you mean resubmit? I've never even submitted.
Click cancel.
Cancel. Okay, so we're obviously we have. I think this is 24 categories.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna go from bottom to top up to anime.
We did last year, right?
Yeah, so we're gonna do best best voice artist performance in English. So we're gonna list it all out here. Witchley, what do we got?
We've got Alexis Tipton.
And she was Reze in the Chainsaw Man movie.
Yes.
All right. Who else we got?
Emilo, who is Mao Mao in the Apothecary Diaries. Justin Briner, who is Izuku Midoriya from My Hero Academia. Lucian Dodge, who plays Akaza from Demon Slayer.
Yep.
Morgan Berry, who is Shiori Fuyumura from Sanda.
And then last one?
Paul Castro Jr., Hikaru from The Summer Hikaru Died.
All right. Well, we've watched all of these.
Indeed.
Really good.
However, we did not see
yes.
the English dub for The Summer Hikaru Died.
Yeah, so this is the only one we could not speak for. Paul Castro Jr.
I'm sure he did a great job.
Now, who are you voting for, Witchley? Who's in your stake? I mean, we got Reze, Mao Mao, Izuku, Akaza, Shiori, and obviously Hikaru. I mean,
I don't think it'd be right to vote for him because we did not see his performance.
True. Now, so who do you think? Who do you think should win this?
They all
this year?
deserve it, honestly.
I really liked Akaza.
Yeah.
And we watched the Infinity Castle in theaters. We saw it dubbed. I thought Lucian did an amazing job. As Akaza. Made me feel for a lot of feels in that entire movie. I thought he did a great job as a villain. Justin Briner has been Izuku Midoriya for the past 10 years, and obviously this is the final season. It's all wrapped up. I thought Justin nailed it out of the park. Every time I see him and hear him, I always think of Deku.
Yeah.
Emilo, I mean, it's Mao Mao.
Mao Mao.
You can't go wrong with Mao Mao. She does a great job all around. Alex Tipton did an amazing job as Reze.
So who are you wanting to vote for?
Man. I'm really tied between Lucian and Justin. For Izuku and Akaza. I'm like, what about you? What do you think? I mean, you can be. I know you love Apothecary. You can say Mao Mao if you want.
I'm not gonna be as crazy this year as I was last year. But I'd be happy voting for either of those two people.
Lucian or Justin?
Yeah. So we could flip a coin.
Oh, you don't have like a general like who you're leaning towards more.
They all did great. I think they all deserve it.
I do more, and I do want to give some highlight to Morgan. Morgan did a great job as Shiori in Sanda. Love Sanda. I just don't. I'm not really. I mean, I don't. She did a great job. Everyone did a great job here.
Yeah.
I just don't think she stood out the most to me, in my opinion. Okay.
So you wouldn't give it to her.
I would not give it to Morgan. Sorry, Morgan. You're a great actress. I think there's...
Chris is just a dick.
I'm just an asshole who loved... I do want to give Alex Tipton some glaze, too. I mean, she did a great job. She's also Kaguya in Kaguya-sama Love is War. She did a great job as Reze. That entire movie's great. Obviously, we'll probably get into anime film of the year later down the road, but...
I'm gonna vote for Lucian Dodge.
You want to do Lucian?
Yeah.
Okay. I think I would agree with that.
Sweet.
Akaza, he did a great job as Akaza. So our vote goes to Lucian Dodge Now let's head to best voice artist performance in Japanese. Funny enough, we've actually out of the 6 of these we've watched. So we got Ao. Do you want us to do these? You probably can pronounce these, but
Aoyuki Mao Mao from the Apothecary Diaries. Chiaki Kobayashi, who plays Yoshiki in The Summer Hikaru Died.
you know, before actually, you know what? I'm sorry. We did not say who would probably win English.
I'm thinking it's probably either going to be Lucian or Justin.
You think those are, or even Alex? I think Alex Tipton has a
You think
great.
she has a good shot?
I think she has a good shot.
I
just
feel like because of like the huge hype of both the. I mean, Chainsaw Man had huge hype too, but like just from seeing things and whatnot, I feel like it'd either be My Hero Academia or Demon Slayer.
Yeah, I think my prediction would probably be Akaza, maybe.
Yeah.
So maybe we voted right.
It's not about voting right or wrong.
Exactly. Okay, so back to Japanese. I'm sorry. So we got Mao Mao
Aoyuki,
for Mao Mao,
Chiaki Kobayashi,
for Yoshiki for Summer Hikaru Died,
Daiki Yamashita,
for Izuku Midoriya,
Kikunosuke Toya,
for Denji and Chainsaw Man movie,
and Reina Ueda
for Reze in Chainsaw Man movie, and also we also have Monkey D. Luffy for Mayumi Tanaka. Obviously, we are not One Piece fans here.
Yeah, so we could.
So I can't really speak to One Piece at this time, but we watched all of these except One Piece and Chainsaw Man subbed. So we kind of only have 3 that we can kind of, talk about a bit. I mean, Oyuki. I think, but I really liked Yoshiki.
I thought he did a good job as well.
In Summer Hikaru Died. I'm really glad this anime is getting some, praise and stuff, and so I'm kind of tied between these 2.
Yeah.
What about you?
That is a hard one. They both did such a great job. Maybe we should vote for Aoyuki.
You want to vote for Mao Mao?
Yeah.
You at least get one. You get one. I forgot last year we did do a thing where one of us would choose one.
You forgot?
Yeah, I forgot. So like, do you want to still add that? So
I'm starting now.
Yeah. So last year, when me and Witchley sat down to do the anime awards last year, we had one little chip where we could put in where we'd be like, this one deserves it, and you can't fight it. We only get one. Do you want to still do that?
Yeah, we can do that if we feel the need arises, except we can't do it for best anime.
Yeah, best anime of the year cannot be used on that. So, okay, so we're at best ending sequence. So we have Actor from Lilas, which is from Spy Family Season 3. We have Beautiful Colors from One Republic for Kaiju number 8, Season 2. We have Doku Kashiteru from Wirtz for Dandadan Season 2. We have or One, however you want to say, for Bump a Chicken for My Hero Academia final season. We have Kawaii Kawaii from Piki for My Dress Up Darling season 2, and we have Un Apex from TK from the anime Solo Leveling season 2, Arise from the Shadow. I'm gonna let you chime in on which one do you think deserves this. Now this is just based off obviously song and ED sequence.
Yes.
So based off the visuals and the song, what do you think wins this category?
No, honestly, I really loved the Dan to Dan one, but I feel like My Hero Academia is probably going to win this.
This is the one I really, really liked. This is my favorite Bump a Chicken song now of all time.
Oh yeah.
And the visuals of the ED for final season is fantastic. I mean, it literally is.
It goes through the whole story.
It goes through the whole story in a minute and a half, and that is the hardest.
Really good.
So I'm really
Let's vote for My Hero.
If I had to use a chip and you were fighting against this would have been one.
Like I told you before, we're probably not gonna fight very much on this round.
This one, this year we really liked the same things.
Yeah.
so I Bump a Chicken. You win best ED. Now best opening. What do we got, Witchley?
Hugs by Pale Dusk from Gachiakuta. Mirage by Creepy Nuts for Call of the Night. On the Way by Aina the End, Dan to Dan. Reawaker featuring Felix of Stray Kids by Lisa, Solo Leveling, Season 2. The Revo Porno Graffiti, My Hero Academia. And Watch Me by Yaosobi from Witch Watch.
These are all
probably my personal pick.
Yeah, I was gonna say I really like the Creepy Nut song.
That was such a good
like
song.
I loved Call of Night Season 2.
And it's a great opening.
Great opening.
I really
It's
loved
Creepy Nuts.
Hugs as well.
Yeah,
it took you a while to grow on that one.
Yeah, that one was like, it was very metal.
I don't mind metal. I think that kind of stuff.
I did grow a lot more to it as I've appreciated the show because I really love Gachi Akuta. So it just fits with the show, you know, and now it's just synonymous with that show now. So I really liked Hugs. I agree. Watch Me is probably the most visually stunning OP. Great song, great visuals all around. So creative with this with the opening sequence. So I think Yasobi should win this one. So Watch Me, you get that one. It's going backwards. Unfortunately, I had to keep going. So best score. So this is the music inside the show. We have Chainsaw Man, the movie Reze Arc from Kensuke Ushio. We have Dan to Dan Season 2 from Kensuke Ushio. He's doing it twice. We have Demon Slayer, Infinity Castle from Yuki Kajura and Go Shina. And then we also have Gachi Akuta, from Taku Iwasaki. We have Soul Leveling Season 2 from Hiroki Sawano. Hiroyuki Sawano. I'm going to butcher these. We have Apothecary Diary Season 2 from Satoru Kosaki, Kevin Penkin, and Alisa Penkin. Alisa Okehazama. Obviously you can't go wrong with Apothecary Diaries. First season is
that's my personal pick.
It's great. I'm leaning towards Reze.
Are you putting your chip in?
I'm putting my chip in.
All right.
I want Reze to win best score. I thought this was amazing.
Probably will win anyway, or Demon Slayer.
It's probably going to be Demon Slayer, let's be honest here. But I want to put my chip in.
Nice.
Reze Arc. Kensuke Ushio, who also does Iris Out and Jane Doe later. I'm sure that's coming up in a minute, but those are some amazing songs. He did all of the best scoring, and I think he deserves flowers here. So nice. Reze Arc, that's my chip. Now I have no chips.
You have no chips.
Witchley is the only one that can use a chip chips. Now. So best anime song. Witchley, what do we got?
We got In Bloom by Lilas Ikuta for Apothecary Diaries. Iris Out by Kenshi Yonezu for Chainsaw Man, the Reze Arc. Jane Doe by Kenshi Yonezu and Hikaru Utada for Chainsaw Man, the movie Reze Arc. On the Way by Aina the Dead for Dan to Dan, Season 2. A Reawaker featuring Felix of Stray Kids by Lisa for Solo Leveling, Season 2. Watch Me by Yaosobi from Witch Watch. For Witch Watch.
So these are just the songs. Yeah. So I try to not associate with the actual like sequence and whatnot. So what do you think, Witchley? What do we got here? I mean, I know I love In Bloom. Thought it was a great opening for Season 2, especially the first opening. Right. I'm leaning towards more of Iris Out. I think it's a fucking banger song.
All right.
I still listen to these. I listen to Jane Doe and Iris Out all the time. Do you listen to these fully? I mean, is there any of these?
Yeah, I mean, I've listened to all of these songs fully. I like them all, but I'd be willing to go with Iris Out on this one.
I love you're keeping your chip. You're not gonna use a chip on this one. So speculating. I think it's gonna be between Iris Out and Jane Doe.
Yeah,
as like
I feel like maybe more Iris Out, but you never know. It could be Jane Doe.
Jane Doe's a phenomenal song at the end, but Iris Out
has the dance too.
Yeah, it has you got to do the dance. So
even though this isn't with any sequence or anything.
So we're voting for Iris Out. Good job on Chainsaw Man so far. Let me see. Must protect at all cost character. We got Anya Forger.
Who's probably going to win.
Yes, she's probably going to win. Spy Family Season 3. We got Izuku Midoriya from My Hero Academia Final Season. We have Karuko Waguri for the fragrant flower blooms with dignity. We have Mao Mao for Apothecary for Apothecary Diary season 2. We have Suka for Dr. Stone's Science Future, and we have Takupi from Takupi's Original Sin.
Okay.
Oh man, I agree with Anya, but I think Takupi has some chances here.
I mean, I like Takupi, but would I protect him at all costs? No.
You don't like that little squid?
See all the shenanigans he put those children through?
Okay, well, minus the shenanigans.
It's called Takupi's Original Sin for a reason.
Well, if you're gonna diss my Octopi, can we at least say Mao Mao doesn't need protecting?
No, she could protect herself.
She literally drinks poison willingly.
She killed snakes and spiders and stuff when she was locked into that.
She does not need protection whatsoever.
I'll vote Anya Forger.
Because that's gonna win.
Yes.
All right. That's the one you're going for? Yeah. I mean, no one else.
What's you voting for?
I'm tied between Takupi or Anya. I mean, obviously, Wagari's great. I love her. I don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's like protect, you know?
I mean, she is very adorable.
She is. Mao Mao's adorable too. Izuku is great.
He don't need no protecting either.
Yeah, except that final battle. That was great.
No, he just needed help. He didn't need protecting.
Yeah, that's true.
Anya.
I would agree. I mean, Anya's gonna win, and Anya's precious, and I love Anya. Seems like every year is Anya, though.
Right.
Feels like it has been for years.
As long as she's around, you know, it's gonna be Anya.
Okay, so best supporting character. Who do we got?
And Jin for Gachakuta. Gigi from Dan to Dan. Jinshi from the Apothecary Diaries. Katsuki Bakugo from My Hero Academia. Lolin / Shisui.
That's a spoiler. I don't know why they... It's interesting.
Everybody should know by now. The Apothecary Diaries. And Turbo Granny from Dan to Dan.
Now, if we're talking best supporting character, I'm throwing my hat at Bakugo. Bakugo had the best character arc of the entire show of My Hero Academia. He came from this bully on Deku and became basically, yes, a rival, but his growth as a character, as a great supporting character for the show. He's probably one of my favorite characters of the entire show. I know originally he was going to be a villain, and I'm so glad they didn't put him as a villain. So, my vote is Bakugo. I don't have a chip in this.
Oh, so obviously, have to vote for Jinshi or Turbo Granny.
Well, then vote. Why is Jinshi a great supporting character?
How is he not?
Other than his looks, don't look at his looks. You have to look at the character as a whole.
He is a great supporting character because he is probably Mamo's greatest ally in the Rear Palace.
He is the greatest asset, because he literally is the palace. Technically,
he's trying to get for his brother. I thought he was a great supporting character, and I love Turbo Granny.
Why Turbo Granny?
She, started off as like a villain of sorts, even though she's just doing her ghostly duties. What she wants, but like I don't know, I love her. She's just like this little thing that you could actually get a little advice out of, and she will help you get stronger if you desire it, even though it might not be the best way. But damn it, she's got some ideas that she's gonna work.
She does have some ideas. So those are your two.
Those are my two, but I understand what you were talking about Bakugo, because I do feel the same way.
You're like, damn it, I'm right. I mean, Lolan is a great character. I loved her arc for season 2. I love Gigi.
Right.
He went through a lot in season 2, especially with the Evil Eye stuff. Engine is a great supporting character. Engine's great.
He's one of my husbandos for last year.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you at all. But for me, I am really firm on Bakugo as the best supporting character.
Let's go with Bakugo.
Are you okay with that?
Yes.
I gave you all the good points on why he's such a great character.
Yes.
All right. Who do you think is gonna win though?
Probably Bakugo.
Probably Bakugo? You think Bakugo?
Yeah.
That, or I'm thinking GG might win.
Yeah, he could probably.
Or no, wait, you know what? I think Turbo Granny might win that.
You think Turbo Grid is good? I don't really think so, but
Okay. Well, we'll see when it comes out in May. Obviously, we're like a month away from this, so let's do best main character. Who we got?
all right, we got Izuku Midoriya from My Hero Academia. We got Mao Mao from the Apothecary Diaries. We got Momo from Dan to Dan. We got Okarun from Dan to Dan. We got Rudo from Gachiakuta. And Sung Jin Woo from Solo Leveling.
Oh man,
I feel like Sung Jin Woo is probably going to win,
probably.
but my vote's on Mao Mao.
Why Mal Mal?
Because she is the best main character. She's a problem solver. She kills snakes and eats them, wishes she has salt for them. She is not afraid to stick up for the twerpy little shit who was only trying to help her out. She can take a beating, and she doesn't stray from her beliefs. So
You're thinking Mal Mal?
Mama, that's my chip.
All right. Oh, you're putting a chip in?
Put my chip
You're putting a chip? Okay, so I can't even fight. All right. Well, my pick was going to be Izuku Midoriya. He is a character that just brings people together.
Yeah.
He's a hero. He really shines. He is a quirkless person that becomes he has a quirk later on. At the early stages of My Hero Academia, but he brings even the villains together. He brings the best out of people. And I still think of that last fight of everyone together helping Deku, people that we've known as villains, people that we've disliked because of the rivalry between one another, and all of them just all coming together and everyone cheering everyone on at that moment is such a great moment for Izuku, and just it stamps of what this character is. Yeah, is he the best main character? I don't think he's the best main character of any other show that I could probably name on the top of my head that's better, but he does bring the best out of people around him.
Yes,
so
understandable.
But if you're using a chip, I can't fight Mal.
I agree with everything you said about Izuku, and if Sung Jin Woo doesn't win, it'll probably be Midoriya. But
it's probably gonna be
I just want to vote for Mao Mao at least once.
All right, so we got best slice of life.
Okay.
We got Anne Shirley.
I should have used my chip on this.
We have Blue Box. We have City the Animation. We have My Dress Up Darling Season 2. We have Spy Family Season 3. And we have The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity.
My vote's on Anne Shirley. Personally.
Your vote's on Anne Shirley.
It's such a great slice of life, and it's an American, not even American, a Canadian story. How often do you see that in Japanese anime? And it's just it's of an older time where they you deal with death and stuff, and you deal with moving on, and you try to achieve your dreams, and realizing your feelings for certain people, and helping others through their own crises. And I love it so much. I just find a lot of meaning in it.
I know we've watched Anne Shirley basically 3 times.
Yes, we've seen the Japanese, we've seen the English, and we watched it again in English with my family.
It is really good slice of life. I also think of City of the Animation. I'm so glad this is getting love. I really loved what Kyoto Animation did with City of the Animation. It's very vibrant. You get to see not just their main characters, the 3 of them, but you get to see the whole town. Like, how is the whole town living? I thought that was such a brilliant show. I do agree with Anne Shirley, though. I think you made some great points. I think I'm leaning more towards Anne Shirley after you talking. I love that it's from a book. I love that it's an old piece of history that you get to see revamped with a very Ghibli-esque style.
Another reason why I love it so much.
And even what's interesting is that the original OG Anne Shirley run of the anime covered a lot more. I think they did like 50 plus episodes, but a lot of those people became Ghibli later on. So you can kind of see some inspiration there if you look up the original artwork or the original anime run, which was like in the 70s.
Yeah.
Like 70s?
Right.
Crazy. So Anne Shirley. I know how much you love Anne Shirley.
Yay. I love you, thank you.
And I really enjoyed Anne Shirley.
I'm so glad. I feel like either Blue Box or Spy Family's gonna win that one.
Yeah,
but I just want to give
I know. I love Blue Box. I could say a lot about Blue Box. I think Spy Family might win this one, unfortunately. I love City Animation Fragrant Flower is great. Dress Up Darling is great again. But yeah, if we're doing this slice of life, I think Anne Shirley should win. It's probably not going to win, but we'll see.
certainly hope it does. But
Best drama. Now we have Anne Shirley. I'll let you leave these out. You already heard. You already know.
and
Though.
Shirley, Blue Box, Orb on the Movements of the Earth.
I have yet to watch this.
We have not seen that one.
It's from Madhouse. I need to watch this one.
Takopi's Original Sin, Apothecary Diaries Season 2, and The Summer Hikaru Died. Now this is best drama.
Best drama, and I can list out what these are. So best drama is these anime convey something essential about the human experience. Their mastery of building and relieving tension sets fans on the edge of their seats, feeling all their feelings and compelling them to invest deeply into the characters and their stories.
Now you might be like weirded out by my pick. My choice for best drama is actually Takopi's Original Sin, I think. Because you get the drama, you get the human experience, and Takopi learns a lot about the human experience in this.
I would agree with that. I'm actually leaning towards Takopi or The Summer Hikaru Died.
Yeah, that would have been my choice if Takopi wasn't in this.
For 6 episodes of probably some of the best anime I've ever seen, this does convey the best drama. And there is... I can't recommend Takopi Original Sin enough, though. Just be wary of its themes, which is very sensitive.
It's heavy, yes.
It deals with suicide. It deals with bullying. It deals with a lot.
Yes, it does.
So just want to say that up front. But I agree. Takopi's Original Sin should get best drama. Who's going to win? I know a lot of people love Orb. I've yet to see Orb.
I think they could probably win. Probably even Blue Box, since people love their sports animes.
I really loved Blue Box.
I know you do.
I know I've talked about it in the past on the podcast, but I really, really loved Blue Box. Yes, it is a sports anime. I'm not have been very keen on sports anime, but I gave this one a chance, and it does a really good balance of sports and this romance slice of life. I really like the blend of it. It doesn't feel like one's overshadowing the other. I will say, I think it does a brilliant job with what they're doing, and I can't wait for season 2 in October in 2026. So we'll be watching it. I know you liked it. I know it wasn't your favorite.
I do like it. It's a little too slow burn for me on the romance front.
I think they'll pick up in season 2. Season 2 will pick up just a bit for you. I think you'll like it. So, but I agree. Best drama. I don't think Blue Box is a good drama. I don't think it's the best drama.
It is a drama, but I don't think it's the best drama on this list.
I really hope Takopi wins this. Not just from our vote, but I'm hoping everyone... I hope more people have watched this, because this one I was surprised about.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad we watched it. So it deserves best drama. It deserves a lot more than best drama, but we'll get there. I'm hoping. Best isekai anime. This is one of their new...
Alright, so this
categories.
Is probably our, not really our weakest category.
No, we've watched... Well, we didn't watch this one. Okay, so let's get into it. Campfire Cooking in Another World, Season 2. From MAPPA. I have yet to watch this show. We have Disney's Twisted Wonderland. I'm not reading this whole thing, but you get the idea.
We've only seen episode 1 of this one.
Yes.
Because we don't have Disney.
We have From Bureaucrat to Villainess, Dad's Been Reincarnated.
We love that one.
We have Konosuba, God's Blessing on This Wonderful World 3 bonus stage, which are the OVAs that they added this year, so I guess it counts. We have ReZero Season 3. And we have Zenshu.
Now, as much as I love From Bureaucrat to Villainess, I think Zenshu is probably the best isekai.
I would agree. I think this does. So when this came out early 2025, I remember us watching this, and I
remember you being very disappointed when you learned it wasn't isekai.
So yeah, I was disappointed when I heard it was an isekai, but watching it, holy crap! I'm so glad it's an isekai. It's one of the best isekais I've ever seen, where it's this artist who really loves this one particular movie that inspired her to become I guess an animated director or an animator, and she gets basically isekai'd into it, and she tries to fix the story because it is it's a tragedy.
It's a tale of perishing.
Yeah, it's literally what the movie's called.
The description's in its name.
So I thought they did a great job. It's one of my favorite original animes too from Mappa. They don't do original hardly anymore, and this was a big one that Mappa did, and I love it.
I love
And
it
I
too.
think this should win. Will it win? Probably not. I think it's gonna be ReZero. Probably based on or Konosuba, but probably ReZero. I did love bureaucratic villainess that's been reincarnated. I love the premise of this one.
That was
It's
so much fun.
it's a dad who is aware of what a villainous Otome game is because of her daughter, and he gets basically isekai'd into it, but he's in a coma and he's inside the villainess. I loved him being inside the head of it and like obviously talking as the villainess. I thought it was really cool. But Zenshu is number one. Isekai.
Agreed.
So let's just get that down. Let's move on. I knew I kind of dragged that one, but I'm like, I wanted to talk about the other ones. Best action. We got Dan Season 2. We got Gachiakuta. We got Kaiju number 8. We have My Hero Academia Final Season. We got One Piece and Soul Leveling Season 2. For best action, I think I need to give it to Dan. I think Dan
I think I agree with that.
Did some amazing work with some of their fight sequences in there, especially with the evil eye. I love that.
We
I love
to
this.
theaters and watched the first 3 episodes.
Yeah,
right?
that was so good. I loved seeing that in theaters with you. I do want to give some love to Gachiakuta. I love some of their fighting in there with the like the used objects and stuff. I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
Kaiju number 8. It's Kaiju number 8.
Yeah.
You got Kaijus fighting with men, like
really good.
Really good. Soul Leveling Season 2 was great on the action.
Yes.
One Piece, I can't speak for that.
But I'm sure it's great.
My Hero Academia Final Season, amazing fight sequences, but I think Dan left the best impression for me on best action.
I would agree.
Let's move on. We got best comedy. Witchley, what do we got?
City the Animation. Thank you for finally giving me a chance to read these up again. Dan Season 2. My Dress Up Darling Season 2. Ranma Half Season 2. Spy Family Season 3. And Witch Watch.
What do you think,
Best
Witchley?
comedy. Oh, that's a little hard because I would like 3-way like cross between City, Ranma, and Witch Watch.
Yeah, I think these are the 3 I laughed at the most.
All right.
Dan's funny. It's always been funny.
It is funny, but I would give it more over to action than comedy.
Yeah. Spy Family, it's funny and it's when it needs to be.
Yeah.
Dress Up Darling has their their romantic comedy sides of things. Them trying to find out if they like each other or not. Or just trying to get to know each other more and obviously making the dresses and whatnot. But Witch Watch really did surprise me on the comedy. Ranma. It's Ranma. I love the action in there, that one too, and in the comedy. I think I'm leaning towards City.
You're leaning towards City?
I think City was so great.
Either out of the 3, I'm willing to knock off Ranma. I'm leaning towards either Witch Watch or City because I freaking love a couple of the things they did in Witch Watch, and I laughed so hard.
Well, we laughed a lot on City as well.
We laughed a lot at City as well. That was good.
Man. Man, if we didn't have any more, if we had more chips,
we got no chips.
We got no more chips anymore. Oh man. So okay, then fight for Witch Watch. What do we got here? If you're leaning more towards Witch Watch,
see, that's the hard part.
And the spells.
My very favorite thing from Witch Watch was like the speeding up, like where he's
with the Tengu.
Yeah. I can't remember his name right now, but he wanted to get done with his job faster. And he did get done faster, but it didn't slow time down for him. It just slowed everybody else down for him. So.
Yeah, I really like the like just the I can use a spell, but there's like a trade off, But City just I took it. I mean, we love Nichijou. Nichijou was such a great one, and now that they did. The next one, City of the Animation, I thought they did a great job with City. It was so funny.
I like one of my favorite things, and I think I even said this quote the other day, but when they're like trying to come up with a band name, the brother was all like, okay, might already be taken, but hear me out. Bon Jovi.
Bon Jovi. You laughed so hard at that one. And I love, and again, I talked about it previously on one of the other categories, but I love that it shows the whole city. Obviously, that's in the name, but you get to see a bunch of people be goofy and whatnot. Really like it. I think I really want to give flowers to City. If this is the only
Uh,
place I can give
I
flowers to,
agree with this.
let's give it to City. What's gonna win? It's probably gonna be Witch Watch,
Probably,
but
but
probably general consensus is probably gonna be Spy Family, which I'm like,
you're
really,
right. I
I think
mean,
more people should be
people are too
watching.
predictable.
I think more people should be Witch Watch stands. Hopefully it's City. It's probably gonna be Witch Watch, but most likely it's gonna be Spy Family. All right, best romance. What do we got?
Okay, we got Blue Box. We got Dan to Dan. We got Honey Lemon Soda. My Dress Up Darling. Ranma Half. And The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity.
Literally, what are you thinking? These are some really good ones.
These are some really good ones, but personally, my choice is probably My Dress Up Darling.
I did like season 2. Season 2 was amazing.
I do like the progress with their relationship in this season.
I do love. I want to give some flowers to literally Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. I thought their relationship was great.
I loved their relationship too. It was so sweet.
There's still one. I mean, this is not specifically for the romance, but I really like that episode with his mom.
Oh yeah,
That
I
whole-
really liked that one too.
I think you cried.
I think I did. Maybe we should give it to Fragrant Flower.
But I do love Dress Up Darling. I think they did a great job with season 2. I hope they come back for more. Blue Box, there is romance. Again, it is a slow burn, like you said.
Yeah.
And we haven't gotten to the best parts of the romance yet, which will be in
I
season
mean, they
2.
all are probably slow burns, but that's
Yeah.
like the slowest slow burn.
Honey Lemon Soda, this is I don't know if I can consider this a romance. Yes, do they like each other? Do they even get together at the end? I can't recall.
So
So
it is might even be a slower burn. I mean, no,
slower than Blue Box.
It's definitely more prevalent than the Blue Box romance.
Yeah.
But yeah,
And
it is.
Dan to Dan has romance, yes, but it's like it feels like what Ranma is as well. You know, like you
Yeah.
have this like I wouldn't say heated, rivalry, enemies to lovers kind of thing, but like that's definitely Ranma to a T. But with Dan to Dan, it's kind of like, yeah, they annoy the fuck out of each other, but the romance is like, it's like I would even like a 1/4 of this show,
Yeah.
or even like 1/8. Really, it's not prevalent to the show, or like it's there.
Mhm.
It still needs to be there. It's just not as important because there's a lot of other shit's going on at the same time.
Yeah, I agree.
So I want to give it to Fragrant Flower. I thought
Alright.
they did a great job. But yeah,
I agree with
I
that.
you can sway me to Darling.
No,
you can sway
'cause
me.
I think I agree with you, Fragrant Flower.
It was so good.
It was
I
so
love
good.
I love the
Anything that makes me cry gets my vote.
I can see that from some of these votes so far. But yeah, I really loved, these two schools rivalry a little bit, with the general consensus of the two schools being right next to each other, but them getting to know just each other
Yeah.
and not what's around that.
So it's a wee bit Romeo and Juliet-esque.
It does.
With the schools.
But I love their
It's like
I loved every episode of that show with you, and Cloverworks knocked it out of the park with that one. So we're gonna give it to Fragrant Flower. What's gonna win?
probably Dan to Dan, let's be honest.
Yeah, probably Dan to Dan. Maybe Dress Up.
Maybe Dress Up. Yeah.
So we'll see in May. Best background art. What do we
We
got?
got City the Animation, Dan to Dan Season 2, Gotcha Kuta, Kowloon Generic Romance.
This is the first time this is getting
I want to give my roses to that, but we can get back to that later. The Apothecary Diaries, and The Summer Hikaru Died.
All right, so you're leaning towards Kowloon.
I loved Kowloon Generic Romance. I loved looking at the background in this show in particular because, things were changing.
They were.
And if you were paying attention, you would notice, but they would obviously bring attention to it when they eventually noticed. But
I really like Kowloon.
yeah,
I like what you're saying. I love the setting of this Shanghai.
yeah. So it's a real place. It's a real that they tore down and whatnot, abandoned city, if you will.
Technically, is abandoned in the show too. If you really if you're paying attention.
Yeah.
I really like this one. If I had, I'm between two right now. City the Animation was such vibrant colors, obviously from what you can see there. But if you just look at the town, it's like wow, it's a living, breathing city.
Yeah.
And I really like the background of that. But you can sway me towards Kowloon. I mean, I agreed to between both
we've
of these.
already given flowers to City so far, and Kowloon. This is like its only, I think, category, and I know it probably will not win, but it's definitely one I want to give flowers to because it's on here.
I really like this, and I agree. Let's give it to Kowloon. What's gonna win? It's probably gonna be either. I would probably maybe lean towards maybe even Apothecary.
That would be cool, but I'm thinking it might even be Gachiakuta.
Gachiakuta does have some great.
It's a very gritty.
I love the
background.
We didn't talk about, but yeah, I really love the grit
yeah.
in the show, and just seeing what the world is like with all this trash, that floating city.
Right.
My God, there's just so much I love about that one too. But I love us giving flowers to Kowloon. Deserves it. Best director. This is the best director in the show. Obviously, sometimes there is multiple directors, so I'll be listing off a couple there. Akinori Fudasaka and Nohiro Naganuma for Apothecary Diary Season 2. We have Fuga Yamashiro and Abel Gungaro for Dandadan Season 2. And I just want to say I'm probably butchering
You're
a lot of these.
You're butchering these names, yes.
Fumihiko Suganuma for Gachiakuta. Kenji Nagasaki and Naomi Nakayama for My Hero Academia final season. We have Ryohei Takashita for The Summer Hikaru Died, and we have Shinya Ino or Lino for Takupi's Original Sin. Who do you think did the best job in this category?
Man, there's too many good ones.
Yeah.
They're all good ones.
Yeah, they're all great.
How do you pick?
Man, this is really hard. I really loved how they did Takupi Original Sin, but I do want to give it to. I think I want to give it to Hikaru Dai.
Yeah, I would agree with that because I don't think we've given Hikaru any flowers yet.
No, and that's just we have such a good year of anime.
Yeah.
But The Summer Hikaru Died, I really loved this show with you, and the direction of this show with the mystery and the horror of this town.
Yeah.
I don't see that often. I don't see horror a lot in anime, and it's a shame because this one's a good example of what a good horror movie, a good horror show is.
Yeah.
The suspense, the mystery. I want to give it to Ryohei.
Yeah.
Let's give it to him. Who's gonna win? Man, probably. Man, these are hard.
I unfortunately don't think it's gonna be Apothecary Diaries. It's such an underrated thing in these awards. But I'm thinking it'll probably either go to maybe Dan to Dan or My Hero Academia's directors.
I wouldn't be mad with any of these actually choices if anyone else won because they did such a great job with all 6 of these shows.
Yeah.
It's just so hard to choose one. Best character design.
I got Dan to Dan, Gachiakuta, My Dress Up Darling, One Piece, Takupi's Original Sin, and The Apothecary Diaries.
What are we thinking here for best? If I had to really pick, I want to give this to Gachiakuta.
Yeah,
I just love the way
such a unique design.
Everyone has such a unique design. The monsters have such a unique design. Their weapons have such unique designs. I want to give it to Gachiakuta.
Okay, I agree with that, honestly.
Right. We're no fighting here.
No fighting here.
Though I will say, I do like how they did Takupi.
I was going to say,
that was another one
would have been another good option.
That was another one I was really swinging towards. But I'm like, Gachiakuta really impressed me on the character designs.
Yeah.
Best animation. We got Dan to Dan Season 2.
Yeah, that was so good.
Yeah. Gachiakuta.
Mm-hmm.
My Hero Academia final season. We got One Piece, Solo Leveling, and Takupi's Original Sin.
I would, oh man. So I'm a little bit of cross between Dan to Dan and My Hero for this one, personally.
Man, me
because I feel like we got some really great animated scenes in both of those shows.
We did. I mean, from all the fights that we get at the very end of My Hero Academia to all the fights we get in Dan to Dan, there is like I might be leaning towards Dan to Dan here just because I love what they do with lighting in the show.
Oh yeah.
There's this one fight between Evil Eye and Ulkarun where he's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I love that scene.
So that one is highlighted on me, though I do agree My Hero has some great fight scenes at the end.
And
that
this is about the animation.
the animation wise though, Dan. I think
Let's do a Dan.
Sai and Saru pulled all their punches. Takumi Original Sin is really good animated wise. Sometimes when I think of animation, I think of like action as well. So, a lot of these are action.
Because you can see a lot of the work that gets put into the action.
Yeah.
And that's how you can tell which animes are better animated than others. Is through the action scenes.
Best original anime. What do we got?
Apocalypse Hotel.
Which I've heard really good things about this one.
We were going to watch it.
Did not
get around to it. Digimon Beat Break. Lazarus.
That was also another one I wanted to watch, but
yeah,
it was on Adult Swim.
Okay.
Didn't have any other way I could watch it.
Mobile Suit Gundam G Quicks. Moonrise.
This one got overlooked because of Netflix. You can blame Netflix on that one.
I'm not even sure if I've heard of this one.
I heard about it and it was from Wit Studio and I was like, oh cool. Didn't watch it because it was on Netflix. So and then
Zenshu, which is my personal vote because it's the only one I've seen.
It is the only one on this list that we have watched. So yes, it would be Zenshu. We've already said a lot about what we love about Zenshu. Let's just
we don't need to rehash it.
Yeah. So best original is that one. What's gonna win? I hear a lot of people are loving this one.
So probably Apocalypse Hotel then?
But I think Lazarus might have a lot more sway. Maybe Zenshu. Oh, so yeah. I'm thinking I'm hoping Zenshu wins.
Great if it was Zenshu.
I'm hoping Zenshu wins. Best new series, we have Clevitas. We have Gachiakuta. We have Sakamoto Days. Takupi's Original Sin. The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity. And The Summer Hikaru Died. Man, these are all good. And what is this? Each year a wave of new anime. This feels the same with the best original, but best original is like they're not from a manga. You know?
And this can be like anything, I think, right?
Yeah, these are all manga.
Mangas.
So these are considered new series because they are from a manga being adapted into an anime. So man, I want to give Takupi Original Sin more flowers, but we also got Summer Hikaru Died. I'm kind of leaning towards these two. I love Sakamoto Days. Oh, that was a fun show.
That's one my mom checked out on her own.
Gachiakuta did surprise me. I love Gachiakuta. I love something when I read all of the manga afterward.
Yeah, you did.
And that's hard to do. And I also read all of this after you bought it for me in manga form. So you can tell I'm kind of swinging towards both of these, really.
Okay.
Because we're going to get more Gachiakuta. Takupi is a one and done thing. We're never going to get more of that.
I think maybe we should give it to Takupi then. See how this is its only chance.
Yeah, I agree. And it did something I've never seen before in animation and tackle topics that I hardly see in animation. So I want to give it to Takupi.
I agree.
Give it to Takupi.
Yes.
And we've already given a lot of flowers what Takupi is. Let's just carry on. We're getting close to the end. Best continuing series. What do we got, Wishley?
Dan. Kaiju number 8. My Hero Academia. One Piece. Solo Leveling. And Spy Family. What you leaning towards?
Man, best continuing series. Oh, fuck. See, I'm gonna give Dan some more flowers here. I love Dan. I thought it was
such a great job of that.
Like they left us off on a cliffhanger, started off with a banger, and then even left us off on a cliffhanger that we're gonna get with season 3. I loved getting more Kaiju number 8, leaving us again on a cliffhanger for the final season, which I'm really excited about. My Hero Academia finishing up finally.
Big milestone.
They went off with a bang. You can tell all of their budget finally went into this last season. Not that the rest of the show, lacked in quality as well, but like you just see the amount of work they put into that show, from even all the opening sequences and the ending sequence and just all the fights. I love it. Spy Family season 3. It's just more Spy Family season 3.
I loved getting to see some of Lloyd's background.
That was good to see. I really like seeing some backstory.
Yeah.
And that gave me a lot more, I would say, sympathy towards Lloyd and like why is he doing the things that he's doing now? Like, because we don't ever get to know what his past was.
Like, why did he become a spy?
I like seeing that. Solo Leveling, great second season.
I
Just
did
it
feel
felt
like
rushed.
it was rushed.
It was very rushed. I have my own complaints about Solo Leveling. It's rushed, but overall, they had to make sacrifices to make this show, and it lost some of that charm for me. Because I love the manhwa so much, the webcomic or whatever you want to call it, and I just love what they did with Solo Leveling. And yes, it's a good season, just felt very rushed, and you can see it by the later half. You'll know what I'm talking about.
I
What do
would
you
say
think?
Dan to Dan.
Let's give it to Dan
Personally.
Dan. Let's give it to Dan Dan. I
Excellent.
want to give it to Dan Dan. What have we not already said about Dan Dan?
Right. What have we
And-
not already said about most of these?
Ooh, we got
Film
film of
of
the
the
year. What do we got, Wishley?
100 Meters. Chainsaw Man, the movie, Reze Arc. Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, Infinity Castle. Do you like my stutter?
Yep.
Mononoke, the movie, Chapter 2, The Ashes of Rage. Scarlet, and The Rose of Versailles.
Well, we know what's going to win.
We've seen most of these.
We've seen 5 out of the 6, which can I just say, high five to that. Because
Yeah.
I loved watching all the ones that we have watched. 3 out of the 5 that we watched were in theaters. And I
Yeah.
really enjoyed those experiences. We know Infinity Castle is going to win this
Yeah,
one.
we
This
know
is
it's
the
gonna
most
win.
stupidest debate. I can't even fight this. I mean, this is going to win. It's going to win.
And it's my personal choice, honestly.
Really?
Yeah, as much as I loved, like, I really loved the animation and everything for 100 Meters.
I want to give that some flowers because I know we talked about it on a podcast. I love the rotoscoping.
Yeah.
I thought that was such a unique way to show this movie. It felt weird, but it worked.
It did.
It worked for this movie, and I loved what they did with it and the whole messaging with it. I thought it was such a great film. And we saw that at home thanks to Netflix. You can go watch it on there. Chainsaw Man.
I loved this movie. I would choose it
If it wasn't for a
if it
certain
wasn't
castle.
Yeah.
Yeah, I loved Reze. I loved all the fights. I loved literally Reze. She's my favorite person in this arc. Obviously, she has her own arc dedicated to it. What can we say about Scarlet? Oop, my bad.
I personally feel like Scarlet was the weakest
Yeah,
of all the movies we watched.
we did a whole episode on Scarlet. You guys can check that out. And it's not the best Studio Chizu movie. I love the concept of it. It just did
It
not.
had great ideas. It did not deliver.
And yeah, by the full Rose of Versailles. Man, we had talked about
Oh,
this one
gosh.
a long time ago, but I loved this movie.
I love it too. I understand that a lot of people didn't care for it very much, but they had to squeeze in so much information in the time frame they had
It is
because they
rushed a bit.
adapted the whole story.
It is a little rushed,
Yeah.
but
It got me into it. I have the first beautiful volume, and I've been asking crazed for the others.
I will get you more once you start reading it.
Okay, then maybe I'll read that
That's
after
how I-
I'm done with my second time reading Wuthering Heights.
Maybe so, but you know, Infinity Castle. This is the culmination of. This is the last arc. This is part 1 out of 3 movies that they're doing. They went off. They started with a bang. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously, you're starting with Infinity Castle. There's some amazing fights. We saw, I think, 3 big fights in that movie. We did a whole episode that you guys can see.
I know so many people don't like it when you're in the middle of this big fight and then you get like the huge flashback to see like where the demon started and how they got there. But I really thought, especially with like Akaza, it worked super well
Mhm.
in this movie. And like I went from like in the midst of hating him to going like, oh, now I'm sad for him.
And that's something that Demon Slayer has done throughout the entirety of its show. With some of their demons and the
Right.
villains, it's like personal, like make them human,
Yeah.
which is hard to do when you have these people that have been making these bad choices and literally killing people, and having some sympathy for some of these characters worked.
Yeah.
It works.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it, but they do it, and obviously the animation you can't go wrong with.
Oh yeah. It was
We
good.
saw this in IMAX.
Yeah, we did.
This was amazing in IMAX, and I think it was a full theater.
Yeah. Yeah.
Full theater. It's gonna win. Let's give
It's
it.
gonna
Let's give it to. I
As
mean,
much as I would love to give it to something else.
I am very like I really loved 100 meters. I thought that this proved to me that you can do more with animation.
Oh,
You know,
absolutely.
I love that, and then of course, Chainsaw Man,
Right.
Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man is Chainsaw Man. And the Rose of Versailles is just so beautiful.
Yeah.
It
If
had
you
a
want to
great story to tell.
watch this over on Netflix, we can't say more about this one. I mean, watch it.
Yes.
It's a little rushed, but watch it. All right, I think we're at anime of the year. What do we got, Witchley, for anime of the year?
Dan to Dan Season 2. Gachiakuta. My Hero Academia Final Season. The Summer Hikaru Died. The Apothecary Diaries Season 2. And Takupi's Original Sin. What's your personal choice, Crazed?
I've been thinking about this for over, obviously since the nominations came out, but I'm leaning towards 2. These are very hard ones.
Okay.
But I thought about it, and I think I'm at 1 right now. I'm at 1. Okay. I've sat on it since they've shown the nominees, and I want to give it to My Hero Academia Final Season.
That's what I thought you've been saying ever since we watched it.
This is for those who don't know, obviously from prior podcast episodes, I've talked about the final season it coming out and everything, and it's a lot more personal for me, and I'm hoping for Witchley in the same. So it's very personal for both of us, just because we started watching this when we started getting to know each other, since we started dating, and obviously since that time we've gotten married and whatnot, and watched even more and more anime. But we've watched this since the beginning.
Yeah.
And it being done, it's making me a little emotional right now. Just being done watching this with you has been a journey.
Yeah.
So just watching this whole show, these characters kind of, Deku and friends grow up, and not just Deku and friends, but also the villains that you get to see, and the teachers that has, even All Might, and other people that started coming in throughout the show. You get to see them all grow up, and you get to see it all culminate in this beautiful, beautiful ending.
Yeah.
That I think nailed it out of the park. Bones Film has been with this show since the beginning. They've done 4 movies. We've watched the movies. They made the movies canon in the show and in the manga, which is great. I love that. And it's done. It just feels... I'm not upset that it's over. I'm glad we got to experience this together. And it's more of a personal pick. Is it going to win? I hope it does.
I feel like there's a good chance it will.
My other one that I was really skewed on was Takubi's Original Sin.
I figured that was probably the other one.
This was another one that really, I was not expecting this show, and what it tackled and what it showed, and the beautiful messaging at the end really got me. And it's only in 6 episodes. They could do that. I can't believe they could do that in 6 episodes and get me. Amazing.
All right.
As for everything else, we've spoken a lot about Dan to Dan. We've spoken a lot about Gachiakuta. Apothecary, we've hardly kind of tackled this.
I love Apothecary, and I would vote for it in an instant, but I do have to agree with the My Hero Academia.
My Hero?
Yeah.
You think this should be our pick? This is anime of the year for us. And I do love seeing the Summer Hikaru Died.
Right, it deserves to be recognized as well.
I'm glad it's up here. I really love this show. We talked about it already. We talked about basically all these except Apothecary. We've kind of shorted on this entire episode, just because it's more Apothecary, yes, but
if you know Apothecary, you know Apothecary.
And I think we gave Apothecary a lot of flowers last year. I think we even gave it anime of the year.
Yeah,
you swayed me from Frieren.
Yeah,
which is hard to do. It's hard to do. But My Hero ending is a personal pick for me, and it's a personal pick for you.
Yeah.
What do you think is gonna win?
My bet is possibly My Hero Academia, or it could even be Dan to Dan. I feel like it has a good chance.
And this is just from what we went through with last year, it feels like it's more of a public consensus. Last year Solo Leveling won. Mm-hmm. It was based on the hype of that show, especially with season 2. I'm hoping this year will Dan to Dan maybe win? I feel out of all of these, I feel Dan to Dan might win.
All right.
From just public consensus and not people knowing anime as a whole, I don't know. It's hard to say. They're doing a little bit of different things this year. They are letting people vote every day, which
Oh,
is different. I think it was always just a vote kind of thing. I'm hoping.
yeah.
I'm hoping my personal pick wise, my hero I think deserves it. Takopi definitely deserves it if it does win. Summer Hikaru Dai definitely deserves it. So these are my three that I'm like really hoping.
Yeah.
If any of these three win, I'm happy.
Yeah,
I'm really happy.
Great.
Am I happy for any of these other ones? Not necessarily. I mean, I'd be okay. I'd be
happy for any of these, honestly, this time around.
This is way different than last year.
Yes.
These are all great. We've watched all of these.
And Apothecary Diaries certainly deserves it too.
It definitely does. And hopefully it earns a lot more in the nominations that we saw out of all the 24. I'm hoping it wins some.
I'm hoping so as
well. Maybe music wise. I love the music was great in that one. I think Freerun won last year on music. Which...
Yeah, it did deserve it.
So I just want to say all 6 of these are amazing. We've watched all of them, which is great to see. That we actually have this much range to see Dan, Takopi, Gashikuta, Apothecary, Summer, all of these.
Yes,
I love this,
yes.
And I love how different a range they all are. You know, they're all different,
and
it's hard to get that every year. So, final season, My Hero. That's our choice.
That's our choice.
All right, that's our voting. We have done it all. I think, yeah, we did it all. We've done all 24. There is actually 30. I think there's 6 more in terms of artist performance in different languages. You guys can obviously vote for those. Obviously, we have no say in those.
Yeah.
I don't know what we'd vote for, honestly, because we've not watched them. We didn't watch it in Arabic. We didn't watch it in Italian. I mean, we didn't watch those, so we're not going to vote for those. So these are the 24. Let us know down below if you guys are voting yourself. What would you vote for? What deserves anime of the year or any of the other categories? Let us know down in the comments below.
Yes.
That is a podcast. And as we always say,
Ja, mate.